And speaking of the elections, these elections which were delayed coming at a time when, like we've been saying, the country is facing multiple challenges all at the same time, with bloodshed and violence marring the polls in Pakistan, from economic troubles, political turmoil, alleged assassination attempts. Pakistan has been on a wild ride recently. And what's more, the road to recovery seems like a distant fever dream at this point. Earlier today, like I said, Pakistan was rocked by 2 deadly blasts. 26 people lost their lives. Dozens others were injured. And this has raised concerns over security in the run-up to the elections tomorrow, the 8th of February. The blast took place near the electoral candidates' offices in Balochistan. The first attack took place at the office of an independent election candidate. It was in Pishin district. The blast there killed 14 people. And the second attack took place in Qila Saifullah. It's a town near the Afghan border. The bomb reportedly detonated near the office of the political party JUI, or Jamiat Ulema Islam. It's a religious party that has in the past faced militant attacks. The blast in Qila Saifullah killed 10 people. Who was behind these attacks, you ask? It's not immediately clear. Several groups could be involved. It could be the Pakistani offshoot of the Taliban, the TTP. It could also be separatist groups from Balochistan. Other groups like the Islamic State could also be involved. What's clear, though, is that these groups just do not like the Pakistani state. These blasts have come 2 days after 10 police officers were killed when a group of militants attacked them in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And the timing of these attacks cannot be ignored. Militant attacks in Pakistan have become a routine affair during the poll season, after all. Just last week, a candidate for the National Assembly was shot dead in another part of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Both Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa have a long history of strikes against Pakistan government and security targets. The Pakistani Taliban, or the TTP, the Islamic State, and other militant groups have claimed hand in these attacks. In Balochistan, which is Pakistan's largest yet least populous province, the recent surge in militant activity ahead of the elections, the attacks on law enforcement, political figures, have heightened security concerns, to say the least. Just yesterday, 3 blasts took place in the Kharan area of Balochistan. Unknown armed men targeted school building that was going to be used as a polling station. A day before that, armed men opened fire on the residence of Mir Asad Baloch, the president of the Balochistan National Party Awami. The armed men launched a grenade at his house, but alert security guards returned fire, forcing the attackers to flee the site. The residence of former Deputy Chairman Senate, Sabir Baloch, was attacked in a similar fashion. Armed men opened fire at his house. There have been rampant attacks on party offices as well as election offices in the rest of Balochistan province. According to the Islamabad-based Center for Research and Security Studies, the year 2023 witnessed the number of violent incidents increase for the 3rd year in a row. This is the most recorded fatalities since 2017. Forget Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan, even big cities like Karachi have witnessed clashes. On Monday night, a clash between the workers of Pakistan People's Party and Muttahida Qawmi Movement led to the death of a 12-year-old boy. That's the reality of Pakistan. Authorities say they are boosting security at the polling booths. But if we exclude the attacks today, there have been no less than 24 reported instances in which armed groups have attacked political leaders. Since Sunday, there have been over 40 incidents of violence in Pakistan, 40 of them. Pakistan may be trying to pull off a democratic process, but it is doing this at a time when the country is on fire. The rampant violence also raising fear among the ordinary citizens of the country. They fear that something bad will happen to them when they step out of their homes to cast their vote. And these are impediments to democracy in the country. Already, majority of Pakistanis do not trust the elections in their country. According to a survey carried out by US-based Gallup, discontent has reached a record high before the vote. 70% of Pakistanis say they lack faith in the integrity of the electoral process and the government. And why shouldn't they be worried after all? Just look at the state of affairs in the country. The world is watching closely. The international community is concerned. The US State Department has already expressed worry. Washington has warned that the violence could undermine the electoral process. It's true, elections are supposed to be a celebration of democracy, but in the case of Pakistan, democracy has been damaged. Decades of military intervention in politics means Pakistan elections are never really free and fair. Still, the world underscores the need for Pakistanis to exercise their right to choose their leaders without fear or intimidation. Why does this matter? Because it's not just democracy that is at stake. It's the stability of the entire region. Nuclear-armed Pakistan is also the fifth most populous country in the world. It borders Afghanistan, China, India, Iran, a region rife with hostile boundaries and tense ties. For the international community, a stable Pakistani government gives it a better chance of containing unrest, addressing economic challenges. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.